Hello, welcome to our session on data quality. In this video, we'll cover why data quality is hard to ensure, how poor data can lead to loss of trust and bad business outcomes, and the tools mParticle provides to ensure data quality. Let's get started with the real-world example. Jake, senior growth marketer at mCorp, learned that his campaign for the new clothing line did not perform well. To make matters worse, the demand gen team flagged high attrition among email subscribers. It goes without saying they were not happy with Jake. Jake combed through the CSV file, trying to understand what went wrong. He was sure that he had profiled his target audience accurately, so the issue must be with the data. As he made his way through the rows of customers in the spreadsheet, he flagged several gaps where values were empty, or worse, wrong. Oh, why did I not check the file before using it? Jake thought to himself. He had been in such a rush to launch his campaign since the data took so long to get in the first place. Jake settled himself and sent a message to Rachel, mCorp's data PM. Hey Rach, I wanted to let you know that the data you sent has several issues with it. Unfortunately, until your team can sort the problems out, we won't be able to use data from the warehouse. Rachel apologized for what happened and assured Jake that they would fix the problem. Rachel has to make sure that stakeholders like Jake trust the data coming from her team. Her reputation is on the line. At the next team meeting, Rachel shared what happened with Jake's campaign and how she is concerned that teams will lose trust in their work. Rachel asked Susie and Paul, how can we make sure that these sort of things don't happen again? Susie was quick to respond. I have to be honest, Rach. I don't think we can provide accurate and timely customer data with our current infrastructure. Customer data resides all over the place across several teams and systems. Each team has its own taxonomy rules, and they aren't even adhered to all the time. I have to spend countless hours mapping and normalizing data so that we can load it into the data warehouse. I've written some scripts to help, but when the app dev team uses a different name or sends the wrong data type, I have to cleanse it manually. It's simply too much for me to handle, especially with the volume of data users produce. It's the most frustrating part of my job and eats up most of my time. Paul shares that it's difficult for his team to remember naming conventions and make sure that events are tagged correctly with each new release. He confides that his team sometimes forgets to instrument new events or fix broken tags. Essentially, the data coming in is useless for use cases like Jake's marketing campaign. Susie adds that their current data infrastructure wasn't designed for real-time customer personalization or user analytics. She suggests that they look for a solution specifically designed for those use cases. Rachel reaches out to Jake after her meeting. Hey Jake, we talked about what happened with your campaign and realized that we need to invest in a solution that will better serve your needs. Jake thanks Rachel, but he remains skeptical. He is under a lot of heat from what happened with the last campaign. As we've learned, delivering quality data to marketing and product teams is hard, but essential for business success. Early mistakes can lead to stakeholder mistrust and missed opportunities to deliver on customer expectations. Unfortunately, Jake's marketing campaign is all too common of an example. The problem is rooted in the reality that data is created and siloed across multiple teams. Simply breaking through the silos isn't enough. Once data flows into a central repository, the complexity of disparate data sources creates a data quality problem. Enforcing naming conventions and mapping ingested data to standardized schemes is a Herculean task. One simple typo in an app source code can break a data flow. A mistake like a typo or some sort of nonconformity from a data source adds layers of complexity that data engineers have to spend countless hours cleansing. It is an inefficient use of a data engineer's time and something they loathe having to do.